In their showcase on Tuesday, Bungie announced that Shadowkeep, Beyond Light, and Witch Queen are all free for just 1 week until August 30th, which is only a few days from now. I'm pretty sure Bungie said that you'd be able to keep the loot that you earned during this period of time, so today we're going to take a quick look at the exotics that you should really grab from these DLCs before they go away. If you're a free-to-play player, or even if you have these expansions and just haven't explored them yet, now is a great time to catch up on loot either way. Before we get started, any of the quest exotics, I'll post links to reputable guides in the description so you can follow those and make the most of your time. Starting with Shadowkeep from 2019, Divinity is an all-time great exotic. It appears that raids are included in the free DLC, which would mean Garden of Salvation, and that's where Divinity comes from. It's a trace rifle that weakens your enemies and creates a large crit bubble for your allies, and it's all around excellent for raids, nightfalls, and other challenging team content. It is the ideal support exotic, and if that's your thing, I would definitely recommend taking the time to go for it. It's a lengthy quest, it's kind of time consuming, can be frustrating. If you don't like the support role, I wouldn't spend your time doing it, but if you do, definitely worth picking up. After that, if you can, I'd grab Xenophage. It's not a great exotic, but it has its rare uses and it's pretty unique too. It's an explosive machine gun, but in reality it's more like a super beefed up heavy scout rifle, which feels pretty cool. It actually doesn't do crit damage either, so it's just a strong, extremely reliable, but maybe at times bland exotic. With all the machine gun artifact mods this season and the right setup, Xenophage might do well in some situations. Moving on to 2020's Beyond Light, you'll want to be sure to grab the Lament, an exotic solar sword, and Cloudstrike, an arc sniper rifle. Lament can be found in a quest near Varix after completing the campaign, and after running through various quest steps I'll have linked in the description, you'll finally get Lament. It's basically a high-tech chainsaw with a unique light and heavy attack combo that deals a ton of damage. Lament finds itself in the top DPS discussion fairly regularly and is definitely worth the pickup. I would definitely recommend checking it out, and if you want to even look further, I've got a build video just the other week that I did about it. You might want to check out if you grab it. It's pretty sweet. Cloudstrike can be obtained from Empire hunts, which are just like mini strikes that'll open up after completing the campaign. It's an RNG drop though, so it might take some grinding. The main draw for Cloudstrike is going to be PvP mainly, where snagging a headshot creates a massive arc blast that one-shots enemies in its range. If you've been killed by Cloudstrike because your ally running out into an open lane, you'll understand why it's a good idea to pick it up. It's a collateral machine, and some people swear by it. I don't, but you might. At least give it a try and see what you think. Lastly, if you somehow have time to grind all these missions out, Witch Queen has one exotic I'd try and get if you can. Parasite comes from a lengthy but fairly straightforward quest and grants you a heavy grenade launcher with some interesting traits, to be sure. Getting kills with your other weapons grants stacks of a damage buff to Parasite, powering it up, stacking all the way up to 20 times. Once you hit 20 times, the damage from that single shot is pretty wild, and you can excel in boss fights where you need high burst DPS. In addition to that damage buff, if you find yourself inside the blast radius of your grenade shot, you get a damage buff on top of that called Worm Byproduct. So presumably in a boss fight scenario, what you'd want to do is get that 20 stacks of a damage buff for Parasite by killing ads, fire it, and also take damage from it so you can get that Worm Byproduct overall damage buff, and then switch to your special weapon to continue dealing damage, which is now also buffed. It's a cool exotic, and again, it's pretty situational, but you might find yourself having some fun with it. So there you have it, a quick overview of the exotics you may want to pick up while the DLCs are free up until this coming Tuesday, August 30th. 2 free weeks might have been nice, but you know, 1 is better than 0. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more cool content, and I'll catch you guys next time.